And hello, fellow raiders. Welcome to another raid video, and a lot going on this week in raid. So much so that I may need to make a follow-up video to this, but let's get cracking. First little announcement is I have changed clans. I was not terribly thrilled with the clan I was in before. I was in Stu Gaming's old clan, and if you're following Raid at all on YouTube, Stu quit the game quite a while ago, so I have decided to seek a little more active and involved clan. I watch the MTG Jedi videos from time to time and generally like what he does. So I reached out to see if there was a spot in this cluster I could hang out in, and sure enough, there was. So thank you to the Oath of Radiance for accepting me as a new member. As far as actually making a non-fusion, non-shard pulling video, that's been harder and harder lately because they keep cramming in these fusions, but I thought I would offer a very brief tip today if you are struggling with Arena against Mithralas, because Mithralas are typically built with very high accuracy, and her passive gives you resistance equal to that accuracy. You can basically find a Mithrala in Arena that is unaffected by anything that requires accuracy. So the tip I have for today is to use people like Yakarl, who have unresistible mechanics. So this has actually served me quite a bit lately with I'm up against a Mithrala team and I have a Yakarl. I kind of like make sure my Yakarl goes a little faster than the Mithrala, which he goes pretty fast, and he can freeze it with that mechanic. Another champion that has a similar mechanic is Cernek. His A1 freeze is not resistible, and if you are lucky enough to have a Sifi, her A1 is not resistible. So that's a little quick tip for arena counters. I'd like to do more informational videos, but like I said, we're kind of stuck in this mode of constantly doing fusions and summonings and not getting any breaks like we were in the past. Speaking of the past, last weekend I was debating whether or not to pull for Mr. Fortis. I ultimately decided not to do that, and they've changed him now, and looks like I dodged a bullet, and he kind of turned out worse than he was before. So that was a saving grace. The negative side, my voice charts have been piling up. I don't really have anything I want to spend them on yet. Talking about today's summoning events, though, they've introduced a new faction and a new champion for the 10x, the 2x sacred 10x chance for Michinaki. We might as well call, if you're ever having trouble with the head of misery in Hydra, because that's kind of what he does. He's got a three-turn A3 that will put hex on everybody, which is great. And you've got a actually, not only does it place hex, but it removes all buffs from everybody, then places a hex. Pretty good. Second one does decrease defense, and if they have a hex, then a decrease attack on a 3-turn. Again, pretty good. They have 1 HP burn. Not bad. This is really what I think is interesting, is this whole, like, I will join you whenever someone attacks someone under hex. It's a 50-50 shot, but that is potentially quite powerful. It seems like custom built for Hydra. Also maybe as a setup for Marinax, we just had from the last fusion. And Marinax is someone actually found more value in than others, because I think her kill through unkillable is pretty useful, because I'm kind of tired of fighting Leos in the arena. With only one built Genbo, I can build another one, I suppose. But he is very interesting. Probably more interesting than the fusion champion, Morrigaine, who's probably one of the fastest. I think 114 is the fastest. I forget who's 114. But your Arbiter and your Lysandra are at 110. Morrigaine comes in at 112, slightly faster, but her aura is weaker, so overall Lysandra still beats her. These are okay abilities. Like, she's an okay champion. I have an Arbiter, I have a Lysandra. My Lysandra is kind of perma-gimped for Dark Fae, so she's kind of hard stuck at a certain speed just to do the Dark Fae auto farming, but this is potentially an interesting champion for Arena. I'm not sure about anywhere else though. The True Fear / decrease accuracy, like what boss would you even use this on? People say Dark fuses champion on Dark Fae. I disagree about that because the only thing she's bringing to Dark Fae is increased speed and really only at 20 or a 10% decreased turn meter. Otherwise, she's doing. She's also bringing a slow. I could be wrong with that. You're relying on a little bit of RNG here for the slow. And then she's going to strip into this. You have to set up her AI to not use this move on Dark Fae. You want to give her the priority of using first this, then just A1 for the slow. But I'm probably going to go for her. Her, obvious competitor I mentioned was Lysandra, and I have one. Like I said, she's gimpy built, slightly lower base speed, higher base aura. Her increased turn meter depletion, I think, is just superior. The one person I think Morrigaine has the advantage against is Wither. And where's Wither? Wither was a demon spawn, right? Tried to go for Wither several times, but she does so much healing. She cleanses so often that Wither might be her counter, or Morrigaine might be the counter to Wither. And some people have just kind of like pointed out, she's just kind of a legendary Deacon Armstrong, which is mostly true, but Deacon is 12 speed slower. Same aura. So I'm probably going to go for her anyway. The Champion Chase puts the rare at 2,500, which is a lot. Plan right now is going to be to pull until we hit 2,500 and go from there. I have a bunch of summon people in the bank I can pull from. I'm interested in pulling out maybe Bavald, Gorio, and Laberga. And then I could also fuse one of these guys during the champion chase. That'll give me some points too. So today's video, we're only going to pull 2,500 points of sacreds, and then we'll pull the soul shards, and then we will think about what we do next. And I probably have to make a follow-up video on Sunday. I'm making this video on the Friday when the champion chase drops, so I'm kind of still tentative. I was going back and forth on whether or not I want to go for the fusion, and we're just going to go for it. We're going to do it as resource conservatively as possible because I hate champion training. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I have to do so much of it. So, all right. Without further ado, let's pull some things, and we'll get out of here. And bring up the calculator to keep track of how many points I've got. Romero was recently buffed. I think he was buffed. I didn't care about the buff. We'll just move on. Old Gurkus. I think I have an old Gurkus somewhere. Are you the guy who converts? A lot of books. I don't remember this guy. He's kind of a big ant for me. Knowing Saito. Undead Horde Saito. This is my second Saito. I think I didn't bother with the first one. I believe this is one of the first legendary champions that was created for a content creator or based off a content creator. I just was never interested in this guy. Consecutive turns. Kind of a clan boss damage champion, I suppose, but yeah, I was never really motivated to build or do anything with this champion. He just kind of sat in the vault. Anyway, that's 1,000 points, so I'm not really thrilled with that legendary pull. What is this? They buff these champions and they just start throwing them at me? Juliana I used a long time ago for Landboss Poisoner. They've recently buffed her a little bit. Exia is a decent single target nuker, but nothing special. Zelota is a pretty good starting healer, but again, meh. Ana is an okay attack champion from Barbarians. You're not one of the sisters, are you? No, you're not. Again, meh. Okay, got 2,000 points. Either one or two more. This could be a one here. Let's see. The legendary, we're done. What's a legendary? We're done. Yannicka, who I pulled from the shop, so I got two Yannickas. Okay, that's interesting. So let's go to, yeah, whatever. The Faction Guardians, the High Elves. We have now two Yannickas. Never built the first one. I haven't built any of these dupes. High Elves just don't have a lot of dupes for me, so oh well. Yannicka's not a bad nuker, but not someone I'm terribly interested in. Let's see, it was Yannicka and Saito, who was undead. Yes, there we go. And the only one I've built here is a Rotos. All right, that's it for shards right now. I've got the one rare from that. Got the almost the rare from that. And this is why I'll need to make a follow-up. I'll get the rare from that. And I have the rare from this guy sitting around. So I'll make a follow-up video that'll drop right shortly after this one. Where I continue my merry way up through these events, and I'll get another. I'll at least get this tome if I don't. And I might. If I'm feeling rambunctious, I might go all the way for that tome, but we definitely will get the one legendary tome. And then to end the video off, let's do a 10 pull, because I like to do 10 pulls, only 10 pulls. If we find any souls worth our attention. Keeper I have. Ooh, legendary. Ooh. I have this. Oh, I have a one soul, a 1-star with her already. Do you have anything but a 1-star? Anything but. Let's see. Bonekeeper. I have a built Bonekeeper. I think might be a duplicate though. Yeah. Well, that's annoying. So I have a Thrall at 1-star already. I would sell that one. And Bonekeeper have a 2 stars already, so I would sell that one. That is unfortunate. Unfortunate indeed. Can't even get a second withdrawal, so that's worthless. Or was the Bone Keeper one? I'm never building a second Bone Keeper. Meh. All right, well, that's it for me. Hope you guys had better summoning luck than I did, and I will catch you guys later. Cheers.